Josh Fuerst. We're here at the Replay XD booth with John. Booth number 1364, I believe.
1364.
Taking a look at the new Replay XD Mini. It's a 1080 camera. This is a camera. It's a small, compact, durable package. It looks like a tack light. For anybody in airsoft or milsim, shooting community, 3-gun, IPSC, nobody wants to run around with a silver toaster on their head or, a salt shaker, and the field of view is a little off. I've been following and been really interested in the Replay series. Tell me about the product. I'm totally blown away about all the options, professional mounts, what it can do.
Well, I think that the team at Replay, we're kind of obsessed with solutions. Mm-hmm. We try to basically build solutions that help guys in different industries. And we come from the motorsports industry, so our first customers were drag racing teams and NASCAR teams and IndyCar teams and sprint car.
But these guys are all about performance and quality.
It has to work, and it has to be as small as it can be, and it has to have options. So everything that we build at Replay was to solve a problem that someone had. The original Replay XDs were originally to help some of the NASCAR teams with guys going over the wall. They wanted to have them to have cameras on their helmets, but they couldn't interfere with anything. Not when you're running around with airlines flinging around and stuff. So they wanted it to be small and light. Had to be small and light when they're testing. They had to be able to put them on the car, not change the car too much from race day. And then body worn. If you're riding a motorcycle or racing a motorcycle, or you're an athlete, whether you're a snowboarder or skier or whatever, you had to be able to perform at the highest level without having the camera be
motocross, trail riding, brush.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had instances with some camera companies where I'll getting in and out of vehicles and bump it, tilts the angle of the camera, and I totally lose out on some amazing footage because I'm looking at the sky the whole time.
Yeah,
so,
right.
I mean, the sheer number of professional mounts and options are just staggering. I mean, we're here just looking at a few of the mounts. Obviously, you have your suction cup mounts for glass, cars.
Yep. We kind of took suction cups. I mean, the standard suction cup mounts were all plastic. Mm-hmm. So we obviously had some plastic arms and things to be able to use standard mounts to go together, and then we even had a swivel tilt to get rid of some of the built bulkiness of this one, to make this a lot more of an option even with an adhesive base. But then we even took it one step further for the television production guys, and we made this one all out of billet. So the whole suction cup is all billet. So there's
no flex,
zero
wobble,
flex, zero vibration.
Awesome.
So for TV production, they want to be able to move them from car to car to car to car to car, but they can't have any vibration in the camera.
And the other thing that I was talking about with my cameraman is when you're doing a live setup or reality TV series, this is a very small footprint. You can put these everywhere, anywhere.
Yeah, we've had some applications where we've had as many as 11 cameras in a vehicle.
Wow.
And you wouldn't know that they were even in there if you didn't know.
Exactly.
And it's been a good thing and a bad thing for us, because it's easy to say, hey, we're the smallest, lightest, easiest to use. You can't even see it. The bad thing is you can't even see it. So
that's exactly what my camera guy said. Yeah. It's good and
it's
bad.
It's different than something that's big and bulky and you see it. It becomes your calling card. So it's.
So watching some of your footage here, it's very popular with the firearms community, and we were discussing earlier how well built they are, and how many rounds have they been tested?
In the past, we've tested it up to 120,000 rounds.
And any particular caliber?
I think that it was on an AR that we ran. So
223, 556. Yeah, very common.
Yeah.
The other thing I see, you guys do make a Picatinny mount.
We do make a pick rail mount. Let me borrow this for a second. So we do make a pick rail mount. So we made the pick rail mount so it's offset.
Okay.
So you can actually flip it any way you want, and you can change your angles.
Oh, okay.
So you can offset in multiple different directions. You don't have to have it in just one.
And what's actually the diameter of the
this diameter is about 24 millimeters.
Okay. So, for instance, I know there's a lot of light mounts for pistols. Some guys who do 3-gun IPSC can get that field of view from their shot.
Yeah.
You know, and it can be mounted under the pistol, low profile.
Exactly.
So,
and we're working on a pick rail version that will be a standard gun kit that will put it directly in the middle of the pick rail.
Right, so you can put it on the top or underneath. So
underneath
also
or on
great,
top.
great, cool POV action shots for some of the airsofters, paintballers.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
And we also have the adhesive mounts.
Yeah, we deliver the camera with 2 adhesive mounts. We deliver it with this mount here, which is our low boy, and we also have a Heimlock, which is a swivel tilt mount that'll go with it. All of our basic mounts are all based on the snap tray, which is just an adhesive VHP.
And that's a very low profile for the mount, even when the camera's not.
We're the lowest
so
lowest
on a
mount
helmet,
profile, hands down.
Very,
and even being able to mount it on earphones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just keep
on my hearing protection, I had another camera mounted, but it was so big. I mean, I kept running into stuff. So
yeah, it's nice to have something that's only a few ounces because it really doesn't. You don't even remember it's there.
Right.
And that's what we really want to do is deliver something that doesn't change your normal routine.
Right.
And if it takes you out of your element, then you're not going to want to use it. It's only going to be used when you're
something
practicing.
You have to worry about. Yeah,
exactly.
And
that's
time.
We want you to use it.
Detracts from the experience or what you do as a professional or an amateur.
Exactly. Yeah. I race motorcycles and cars, so I know that if I'm out at the races, the last thing I want to be thinking about is if the camera's on or if I even know I have it on or whatever. Right. I just want it to be natural.
So even another aspect that I was really surprised about with these is they have an external or an accessory mic option.
Exactly.
So, I mean, we could even do lav mics with the transmitter and the receiver with any of the replay series?
Yep. So the cameras themselves have a secondary audio input. So all you do is you would just take the camera and we make a small accessory adapter that goes to the back of the camera that screws on. And you plug a 3.5 mini jack into the back of it. And then that'll let you feed any powered source in. It's just a line in.
Right.
So I would just flip this little switch on the back to external mic. You plug in a mic we make or any other powered mic. So in radios and race cars, we'll plug from the race car radio right into the camera. So we have all the communication between the team and the driver. If you're using a lav mic, then you could take that lav mic, you could put the receiver right into the back of the camera and you could be 50 feet away.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I did ask, I know everyone's curious because in our games and our sports, everyone gets their lenses shot out. So I did ask, it does have a sacrificial lens. It's easily replaceable. It comes in a 5-pack.
Yep.
Retail price point of
it's like under $10.
Yeah, like $10. And I was talking to John and he told me that in some cases with the racing, if the lens gets dirty in between races, they just replace them immediately. They don't worry about cleaning them up, polishing them, whatever, for that optimal clarity. So I like the fact that he just did it right there.
Yeah.
No tools, nothing. It's a toolless change.
Yeah, we're so used to replacing them at the races that we swap them out literally every 20, 30 minutes because the asphalt, stuff coming off the asphalt, it sandblasts them. So we're actually looking into right now, we have a couple vendors that we're talking to that will possibly be making us like a Gorilla Glass lens that can help us in terms of making it even more indestructible.
Wow. And we'll take a look over here at some of the accessories that you guys supply. Like I said, just the sheer amount of professional accessories that are applicable to many industries.
Yeah, we also have external battery packs, which is a big thing. A lot of guys are out in the field and they don't have access to power. So if you're going to be out on a hunt for a few days, you may not be able to get back to a place where you have power. So we make a 2200 pack and a 4400 pack. So this battery pack right here will add 6 hours to the video record time. This will add 3 hours to the record time.
And then the existing power supply, what's the runtime on the power supply?
It's about an hour and a half inside the camera.
Okay.
On the 1080 Mini, it's an hour and a half. Okay. On the new Prime X, which will be out next month, that's a 3-hour battery built in. So this will add 3 hours. This will add 3 hours to it. This will add 6 hours to it.
And also have waterproof housings for
deep water. Yeah, for deep water stuff. Both the Prime X and the 1080 Mini are waterproof to 10 feet without any housing at all.
Phenomenal. Wow.
So if you want to go surfing or scuba or snorkeling,
so you don't even have to worry about carrying too many additional accessories.
No. We wanted you to be able to enjoy the advantages of it being small without having to bulk it up with a water housing. Now, if you're going to go diving,
right,
you'd probably want to put it in a dive housing. But
and I was just noticing here, you also have like a standard camera mount for a tripod. So
yep. We get the tripod base is just like our snap tray base, but it's a little thicker, so it's got the thread in the bottom of it. That comes with every kit.
And it's a metal insert, so you don't have to worry about stripping out any plastic inserts or anything like that.
Absolutely.
So,
all the snap trays, we give you 2 flat and 2 convex, and the adhesive that's on those is a VHB from 3M.
Okay.
And we sell the VHB adhesive separate, so you can actually just replace VHB. You don't have to buy a whole new pack of snap trays.
Right, okay.
But we do sell the snap trays if you just want to buy them complete. It's up to you.
And do you have a remote control option?
We do have a remote control option on the Prime X.
Okay.
The Prime X will be Wi-Fi controlled, so you'll be able to control it through an app on your phone.
Awesome.
You'll be able to check your battery status, SD card status. You'll be able to start, stop, get a live view onto your device.
I've noticed with some manufacturers, the live view isn't really live. There's like a 3 to 5 second delay.
Yeah.
Do you have a delay?
There's every Wi-Fi device is going to have some latency. Probably end up being in our testing we've had it. It's probably about 20 milliseconds. So it's very, very short. Now, and that's obviously changes with distance.
Right.
The farther away and the more you have around you.
Correct.
The number one thing with Wi-Fi is bodies. Wi-Fi hates human bodies.
Yeah.
The more human bodies there are, the slower we absorb it all. So obviously, if you're in an open area where you don't have a lot of bodies, you're going to get great performance.
Awesome.
So, but we do include a 4 gig SD card in every kit, so you're at least out of the box. You can start recording right away. 4 gig card's good for about 40 minutes. We try to use the gauge that if you just took the size of the SD card and you add a 0 to it, that's about how many minutes you're going to get at 1080-30 or 720-60 recording. As soon as you start recording 1080-60 frames, then it's going to use up a little bit more, and your bit rate's a little higher on the new Prime X. So the Prime X is going to be true broadcast quality. I mean, the 1080 Mini is an amazing camera for its size. But the Prime X is truly going to be the prosumer model. It's going to be a 16 meg sensor. It's got a brand new 8 optic Hyperion lens. Hyperion's a world-renowned lens manufacturer that builds lenses for Red and Fujinon and Real D 3D cinema projection systems. They're building all of our lenses for the Prime series.
And I mean, the field, and one of the things I kind of went over is the distortion is minimal or non-existent, so you don't get the bubble effect with these.
Yeah.
You get a true picture quality, like the broadcast quality.
Yeah. And the guys at Hyperion really understood the dynamic of what we were fighting with trying to make the depth of field realistic, especially in a tactical application or hunting application. You want it to look like it looks when you're there.
For review or
Absolutely.
anywhere.
And that's important for motorsports because the driver needs to feel like, hey, I know I was at this point in the corner when I turned in, not 50 feet in front of that. So, but there's a lot of different things that we're constantly coming out with to try to make the product better and better. On the harnesses, we can even hardwire into the vehicles directly if you want to, instead of having to go to battery packs. So if you have a UTV that you're using for out in the field, you could actually hardwire the cameras into the vehicle, and you can turn them on, go into the text file in the camera and program it how you want. You can set color, saturation, white balance, metering, saturation. You can do all kinds of stuff in the camera. It's really user-friendly. So if you like your setup different than someone else, set it the way you want it to set. If you want it to come on one-touch start, where you just press the power button and it starts recording, turn the one-touch on. If you don't want to use it and you want to have standby mode and you want to be able to hit the record button when you're ready, set it up that way.
Wow.
If you want to name all your files instead of standard RPXD 0001, name them JOSH 0001, so you know that
You can
camera's
set
your
up the
camera.
date for what you're doing. Okay.
And then I can change time and date. I can watermark them if I want. I can put anything I want to do to the camera. I can pretty much do it.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
John, it's so much information. Thank you so much.
Hey,
no, it's what we're
pleasure.
looking for. We'll have a link to their website in the description. Look for them. I'll be carrying them in our store at 400 FPS. And if you're at the SHOT Show and you're taking a look at this, like I said, they will be in the description. Booth number
1364.
1364.
Yep.
Come by and check them out. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Joe. Take care.